Okay, never mind. Why was I? Okay, I was more like way up here. But maybe it's the way I zoomed it, but I wasn't able to zoom back. Anyway, whatever. We're just gonna roll with it.
I'm gonna roll with it. So I can do, yeah. Okay. So, are we on? Okay. So now we're going to do some of the other paint techniques. The first one having to do with the smooth transition is showing, this was smooth blending technique that we were working on with the different colors that we were trying to blend. Now what we're going to do is some other techniques. These are all techniques that you may apply in your painting in all different ways. These will be, these papers will be used for a project later on. So one of the next ones we're going to do after you've finished your 6 smooth blending, you're going to do one that is a wash and a loose blending. This should be, make sure your name is on everything because they all look the same and they will get mixed up and you won't be able to find it. If you don't have your name on there, before you start painting, you will have a hard time getting your name on there when it's all wet. So you're going to make sure you're working on top of newspaper. Another thing about working on newspaper is once it is all wet, you will carry it like this to the drying rack. So you don't have to carry a loose, limp piece of paper that's hard to manage. So the reason you want to start with your wash is that you want to have clean water to start with for this. So make sure you have fresh water, oops, and you can choose any 2 colors you want to work with. So for the first half of it, you're just going to go ahead and put clean water on the surface, and then you're going to take just a little dab of paint, and you're going to put a little bit of paint into the water and get this really cool, awesome, woo, watery effect like fireworks or something cool. And then if you get a little bit of 2 colors in there, guess what? They might even mix a little bit. But we'll see if I have enough water. So this should be a really loose, watery effect with 2 colors kind of bleeding into each other and merging and getting kind of that watery look. So this is a very different technique than when this would be good maybe for clouds or some other kind of an effect you want to do in one of your paintings. So then you're going to dry off your brush a little bit, and on this side you're going to do what's called loose blending. So you're going to load up your brush with one color really thick, and you're going to take one color and just go ahead and blob it on there and let the brush strokes show and kind of get a really thick application of color. And then I'm going to try to loosely blend, which is in contrast to what we first did, where it was a nice smooth transition, gradient kind of effect. Ombre, that was. And then we're going to take some red and try to mix a little bit, but also this time we're going to show what happens with the 2 colors combining to make kind of that purple effect, but it's a really thick, loose, brushy effect that you get with the loose mixing of colors. So that's one other process you'll do. You'll take this and put that on the drying rack. The next thing you're going to do on another sheet of paper will be, you're going to do tints and shade. Oh, what? Okay, here we go. Tints and shades. Make sure your name is on there, and maybe also your hour. Hour 8. Okay, so we're gonna, for this one, tints means colors mixed with white. Oh, actually, I should back up and say, with the wash loose blending, you can do that with any 2 colors you want. So you could have, you know, orange and reds or blues and reds or whatever colors you want to mix for the wash loose blending technique. Okay, sorry, back to this. So for tints and shades, when you're working with tints and shades, you're going to be working with white and black. So again, with the paints, using your brush to kind of, you're going to, with tints and shades, the technique you're going to practice is called stippling. And stippling is using little dabs of color to fill. So one side will have a variety of colors mixed with white, and one side would be a variety of colors mixed with red, or with black, sorry, for your shades. So to do that, you're going to just, what we talked about before is start with the lighter color. So white is your lighter color, so I'm going to use a little bit of white, and you can take some of your paint and mix it into the white and get a tint of that color. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead, and the technique is just going to be kind of a stippling, dabbing technique that goes all over the surface to fill with a minimum of 4 different colors that you combine. So you could mix a little bit of red and blue with white, and you're going to get your kind of lavender color, right? So you'll combine and fill the whole half with all different kinds of tints that you get. So you'll end up with something more like this or these, right? Obviously the side with the shades is going to be a stippling technique using black, but in this case, which is the darker color, black. So I'm going to start with my lighter color red and add a teeny bit of black into it. You don't need very much black to change the color and get a shade. So you take a little bit, this is a little, not too much contrasting. There we go, we got a little bit like that. So we got a shade now of red. So you will end up filling your whole surface with a variety of different tints and shades. So tints on one side, shades on the other, and have fun experimenting with a variety of different colors you can make. That's that. That makes sense? Okay, then I have one more. We can get this one done today.